What's going on there, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? And it's Monday morning and it's time for another episode of P and Q. This is the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or leave comments and I respond the following week. Every Monday. It goes on every Monday without fail. On episode 50, I don't know what it is now, 55 at a guess. I'm only guessing, but 50 something. So it's been going for over a year now. So if you're new to this, you can click on the playlist, my playlist on my channel, go right back from the start and see what sort of things people have been asking me over the past year. Anyway, you can ask me a question or leave a comment in one of two ways. One way is to leave a question or comment in the comment section below. The other way, if you'd rather remain anonymous, you can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com and I will leave a link in the video description below. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so emails and comments. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 emails sent to me during the past week, and I don't know, a few comments from the last video I did. So I printed them off. So I will start with the emails first. Just get comfy on it. Yes, you may notice I've decided to do this in a different place today. This is downstairs in well, it's my living room, though I don't spend a lot of time in here. But if I wanted to, I came in here and I thought the sun is shining and it's just so bright in here, and I just felt I wanted to do it here, so I'm doing it here. So we're going to start with emails first. The first one, I may lean forward a bit actually. That's better. Right, the first one says, Pete, what's your take on the new GW airbrush paints? Now, I've mentioned these before, and I've in other videos and things, so I won't harp on too much about it. Basically, when I first heard that GW were doing airbrush paints and a new airbrush paint range, I was like, yes, finally. It's going to save me having to thin down their paint, put their paints from the pot, gloop it out with spatulas or brushes or whatever, or pour it and then thin it down. It'll be great. I'll just be able to squeeze it in, what I need, ready to go, jobs are good un. But no, when I looked at their website, I saw that their paints were in the ordinary pots, still hinge lidded pots. I thought, well, that's not going to save me any time, is it? Because I'm still going to have to scoop it out or pour it in via the pot, and that's not going to be as controlled, I don't think. It's not going to save any time. Not like they're the ones where you just squeeze them in. So I can use all the range, just put a little bit of airbrush thinner in it now and just mix it up, and I'm good to go. But I do prefer the Vallejo or Militaire, and there's another, I forget what the name of the other company I use is. But Vallejo and Militaire are the Team Ray ones. They're the best paints for me for using an airbrush. So my view on it is, I'm glad they did it, but I wish they'd used other bottles, squeezy bottles, because otherwise I use a squeezy. It's just pain. It's just a ball ache. I've seen people put the other paints into squeezy bottles, but that's a bit of a ball ache, to be honest, because don't you think? Because you leave some of it behind. You're definitely going to leave some remnants of that paint behind, and you've got to do that. It's time consuming, and I'm all about saving time, not taking more time. So that's my view on it. I'm not don't think I'm going to be a huge fan unless they change how they do things. And I'm looking at there because I can see my dog through the patio window. If you hear barking at all, my dogs do bark at the neighbour's dog, and it's around about the time of day the postman arrives and all that stuff. So we may have to stop this. You can see the mayhem caused, if that's the case. I hope it isn't. So that's the first one. Second one. It says, Yo Mini Warzone, it was nice to see you do another Zombicide video, but just to let you know, fatties always spawn 2 walkers with them. Yes, I know. And someone, I can't remember the name of it, did leave a comment to that effect on the actual video shortly after it was posted up, actually. So yeah, and I'm surprised that no one else has said anything else about any other rules I might have got wrong. So either that, or either I didn't get any rules wrong, or they just failed to notice them. But says, please keep it up though. There are so few zombicide battle reports out there, let alone fully painted ones, so my hat is off to you, good sir. And here's to the next one. Thank you very much. Dogs telling each other off because the other one went near his food bowl and he felt he had to tell her. Anyway, I digress. Zombicide. Yes. Yeah, so somebody did point that out to me and I was like, you know, I'm sorry, it's been a long time since I've done Zombicide, so if I don't play something quite often and frequently, I feel like I just forget rules, you know. That said, I'm intending to play more of them. I'm thinking about seeing whether it's possible to construct a narrative campaign of Zombicide, and I think that would be quite interesting to do. I think I'd learn a lot about it. If nothing else, it would teach me about narrative campaigns when it comes to doing the 40k ones and the Hordes and War Machine ones later on once the studio is built. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's up here for now, and I'm thinking about doing that. We'll see how it goes. Next question. Before we go to the next question, excuse me while I hit my tea. Tea, not coffee. Yeah. So that's good. It's nice here in the sun. I should do this more often. So that's Zombicide. Next one says, hi Pete, I just want to know, have you ever lost it with a model out of sheer frustration or disappointment? No, I've never lost it with a model, but I've come close to being very, very, very frustrated. And that was the Land Speeder, is it? The one I showed you in another video? The Space Marine thing that hovers off the ground. I got quite frustrated with their drop pod because I found towards the end I needed like an extra pair of hands to hold something in place while I got the glue in. That was a little bit frustrating, but I'm nowhere near coming close to losing it. I just was like, well, it's finicky, you know, it's really finicky. Sometimes there's tiny little bits on models, particularly I noticed on that Airfix one I did of the Cromwell. Oh man, the bits were so tiny on that. I was having a nightmare with that one, but you know, it was a good model, but damn, small parts I have frustration with. That's that one. Next one, hi Pete, is there an army that you don't own currently but would like to? Oh yes, this one came through on, this wasn't actually an email, this was a Facebook message to me. I think it was on my mini Warzone page. Go check that out sometime. It's not updated greatly, but you know, it's on there. It's got stuff on there. Is there an army that I don't own currently but would like to? Yeah, all of them. I think I said this, I think I've had this before, and I said Necrons, but at the moment I'm thinking Tau, because I have an unbuilt Tau Riptide battlesuit upstairs, and I keep looking at it in the box thinking I wouldn't mind giving them a go. And the reason I say Tau is because one, they're getting a new codex soon, that's what all the things point to, and two, now I may be wrong about this and I'm sorry if I am, but they look easier to paint because they've got larger flat surfaces on them, you know, they're all like flat areas to paint, and I think might be easier. I think I might be wrong, so forgive me if I'm not. I know they're not all like that, but a lot of their suits are. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's just how my first impressions go. So at the moment, Tau. Last email, and this is an email, says, hi Pete, this is for your P&Q section. Do you have all your family nearby? Down living... do you have all your? I think he means, do you have all your family living nearby you down in the southwest of England? Well, most of us live in the southwest. I'm the only one that lives in Plymouth with my immediate family, i.e. my wife and my daughter. It's just us here. I don't have any other family down here. I've got other family members in Devon. Like my mum lives in Honiton, and my sister. I've got others in Somerset, but I have a brother in Wales, so yeah, we spent about a little bit, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. So yeah, but would I like to move out of Plymouth? I'm asking myself this. Yes, I would, because it's rainy so much of the time. It rains and rains and rains. It's not today, thankfully, but it is pretty much the rain capital of the world, I think. But anyway, yeah. So that's all the emails. I'd like to live somewhere like Exeter. That'd be my ideal. And they've got a good Games Workshop here. I like the Exeter one. It's slightly larger, I think. Excuse me. And I just love Exeter City Centre. You've got lots of history there. Lots of Roman history. Which would be good for when I look at Roman stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's clear my throat a bit. So moving on to the comments that were left, or questions from last week on the comments section. The first one is from Ralph Astley. He says, "Thanks, Pete." Now he had a question about slow uploading to YouTube in 5 or 6 days, and I was like, I'm incredulous. And I suggested his possibly his laptop, his computer might be outdated. But he says here, "Thanks, Pete. My laptop is brand new, so can't be the problem. My suspicion is with my internet broadband connection, but I don't notice a problem in that regard with other internet services, emails, online banking, etc. As you say, it is very frustrating, as for every video I manage to upload, I have produced another 2 or 3 to join the queue. YouTube don't seem to have a help desk that could provide an answer, but I have found videos that others have uploaded where they describe similar problems." You may well be right. Then the only other thing it can be is your internet connection, I would suggest. So you don't have a problem with things like emails and online banking. However, even the slowest internet connection could easily handle that. But when it comes to videos and uploading videos and things like that, they're huge files of information. So you'd probably need a faster internet connection. I don't know who you're with, what company. I mean, I myself am with Virgin Broadband, and it's brilliant, super fast. I suppose on an average, because sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower. As an average, I average about a minute's worth of uploading for every minute of the video. So if I have a 45-minute video, it on average would take about 45 minutes. However, that said, I pick the times of day when I know it's going to be faster, and so I can get it down a lot quicker. You know, sometimes a 20-minute video will take 5 minutes to upload, and some of the short ones just take a couple of minutes. You know, literally they're done, and that's it. And then I'm on to the next one. So yeah, it must be your internet connection then, Ralph. I don't know. We're gonna have to have a game of something soon. My that Ronin faction's all finished, so whatever. Just let me know. Yeah, YouTube. I don't think they do have a help desk as such. There might be a way of I'm sure there's a way of contacting YouTube, although I've never had to do so myself. I'm just going to change the camera slightly there. I've never had to do so myself. But I've heard that other people have been able to do that, so maybe there's some forums or community help you can get within YouTube. I'm sure they've got a forum, YouTube forum, where people can go in and ask questions and other people can give answers, hopefully. Moving on to Big Mech Danscale says, "Do you have a snack of choice when painting or gaming?" No is the short answer. I don't like to eat when I'm painting. When I'm painting, I just have my cup of tea. It used to be coffee, but it's tea now. Speaking of which, I'm going to have some. When I'm gaming, I don't like to eat unless we're having a break, stop from the game and we're moving away and we're eating. Because if you eat something like even like potato chips and things like, you get like a greasy residue on your hands, and then you're picking up models, and it leaves it on the surface of the model, and I don't like that. So I don't like eating when I'm gaming or painting. I like to do that separately. So tea or coffee or any other drink is pretty much the only thing, either painting or gaming. So that's that one. It's first page done. Oh right. My voice feels a bit today. Okay, Idic Beer says, great answers there, Pete, and some good tips too with the playlists, etc. Yeah, I said, you know, channels. I like channels with playlists because it's easy to find something. Like if you wanted to find something about hordes on my channel, look on my channel. My channel that's about hordes is called Hordes of War. I've called it Hordes of War. So go on there. And it'll be all about my hordes updates, my hordes, you know, battle games that I have, that all that kind of stuff, and it'll continue to do so. If you want to look up stuff about Zombicide, you just, if you want to look at the updates, look at Don't Open Dead Inside. That's kind of my painting updates for Zombicide. If you want to look at Zombicide battle reports, just click on Zombicide battle reports, and there they'll be. Yeah, What's in the Box is another one, of which I'm doing today, because I built a Predator yesterday, and I know I'm unboxing stuff as I come and go. I'm not unboxing like all the latest stuff, but because people tend to focus on what the latest stuff is, and you know, this is what you get. But that's what I want to do when I do an unboxing. I just want to show people what you get for your money, basically, because not everybody's got a Predator, and they think, oh, I'm thinking about it, but I'd like to see what's in there first. That's how I think. So I like to see unboxings of things that have been around a while, but I haven't never purchased, so I can see what I'm getting for my money. That's basically what I like to do. Yeah. Anyway, and it says, question for next week then, which is today. If you had a time machine, would you travel to the future or the past? What would be the things you would want to find out about / explore? Great question. I like that. That's good. I really like that. So we'll put aside then the cheesy answer of, oh, I'll go into the future, get the lottery numbers, and then come back, you know, because I think everybody would say that sort of thing. And I'm not sure whether I'm able to come back to this time or not, but presumably if I had a time machine, I'd be able to, sort of like the TARDIS in Doctor Who, that kind of thing. I would like to travel to the past, the distant past, because I believe humans and mankind have been around a lot longer than our history dictates. I really do. I thoroughly believe that, because there's been more and more archaeological findings lately that have given proof to the fact that civilizations have been around long before we thought there were. They're finding more artifacts. Just go on, click on YouTube and look at some of the artifacts and findings that people have found. You know, aluminium was around long before we supposedly invented it. All that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's that. So I'd like to go back into the past and see exactly where our origins are. Origins of mankind. And maybe go to Egypt, see how the Egyptians built the damn pyramids, because the only way we can build the pyramids like that now is on Minecraft. So yeah, I would go to the past and I would like to explore all about our origins. Great question, I love that one. Old Fox says, takeaway dinner, curry or Chinese? Well, curry or Chinese, well, I presume you mean like Indian curry, because I mean Chinese, I quite like Chinese curries. My takeaway intake has dropped roughly, so now for me any form of takeaway is going to be a massive big treat. That's not going to happen very often. So if I have to choose there, I'll go Chinese, because I love Chinese food, particularly the you know, the way they do it over here, because they make it nice and sweet, and it's got all the sugar and all that kind of stuff in it. Yeah, great stuff. Chinese, Old Fox. Okay, Crew Orange Basilicus says, great P&Q as always. You mentioned Christmas. What is on your Christmas list for this year? And how do you celebrate? Another good question. Well, they're all good questions. I love answering. I'm trying to formulate an answer for you without too much cheese in it, but I can't. Honestly, I don't have anything on my Christmas list. Anything to do with modelling, I guess. Anything. Absolutely anything. Anything at all. Because all I really want for Christmas, and this is where the cheese part comes in, all I want for Christmas is for everybody to be happy and healthy and safe. And that doesn't just apply to my family, that goes to everybody. Everybody out there. As to how we'll be celebrating it, well, we're all Christians, so I mean it's a hugely important time of year for us being Christians. So yes, we'll be going to church, we'll be celebrating now. I mean, we go to church every week anyway. As well, I don't want to get into all the religious stuff. I think the postman may be coming soon, so if I have to stop, then apologies. Yeah, I don't want to get into all the religious kind of arguments and stuff, because well, I just, you know, I have my beliefs. Some people have a different belief. Well, most people have different beliefs. You know, everybody has different beliefs. You know, some people could be Muslims, atheists, you know, Quakers. I mean, my brother's a Quaker, for goodness sake. You know, that's how different we are. We've all got our own beliefs and faiths, or non-faiths, or non-beliefs. I've got friends who are atheists, Scientologists. Yeah, although yeah, you can be a Christian and still be into Scientology. You're not getting into it. I've really jumped into something here. All I'm saying is we'll be going to church probably, and this year we're going to be playing, my wife and I, with our duo Rocksdrift, we'll be playing at our church's Christmas do, for want of a better word, their celebration dinner meal. And we're going to be playing next week. We're a duo, we play music, and we've done it for them before, and they loved us, absolutely loved us, and they booked us in to do the December Christmas bash. I don't know what else you call it, really. So yeah, I want everyone to be happy and healthy, and just, yeah, that's priority for me. In terms of gifts, though, like anything, I don't mind, you know. I like anything hobby related. I like all the other stuff as well, the cheesy stuff, the you know, all the socks and the handkerchiefs and the deodorant sprays and all that. You know, it's not Christmas without that, is it? So yeah, that's it for me. But that's a great question. Yeah. So that's it. I probably suspect, you know, I'd have a wanting for the next book in the series of the Horus Heresy. So I can't say I'll have read them all by then. I'm currently on Flight of the Eisenstein, which I'm just about to finish soon, actually. Then I'll be on to Fulgrim. But I'll probably be one of those books, whatever book I'm on at the time, and I'll probably need the next one. And she'll probably get me that or something like that. Yeah, but honestly, sorry to be super cheese there, but I just want everybody to be happy and safe and healthy. You know, I mean, I've had a bit of a health scare lately with my blood pressure being so high, and I've really changed my lifestyle around, which is why I say things like now, with Old Fox's questionnaire of curry or Chinese, I'm not going to be often having them now. I mean, I used to have them a lot. I mean, when I do, I'll be having the Chinese probably, because that's my choice out of the two. But do you know what I mean? And when you get a health scare, it really makes you think, reevaluate what's important to you. So yeah, for me, I just want to live as long as I can and in a healthy manner. So I just want to be healthy and happy, which hopefully I'm happy. But health-wise, I'm getting there. You know, so hopefully that's good. I hope that's not a negative answer, is it? I don't think. I'm just saying it as it is. It's a great question, though. Good debate. I like having conversations with my subscribers like this, although it's not a two-way one right now. I love my community. This is what you go off on a tangent here now. I love my community. I'm just gonna put this to one side of it because I've got friends that are on YouTube, right? Okay, this is true, and they're into different niches. They like different things, like video gaming. That's a prime example. Video gaming, funny videos, and or well, whatever it might be. We'll take video gaming for instance. And I'm not knocking anybody here, but I'm just saying that they'll look at me and say, yeah, but you like wargaming and modelling, like, yeah, you got the channel there, but you don't get half as many views as what I do on my my video gaming channel. So I get tons of views and tons of subscribers. Well, I get thousands of this and this and this. And my answer is yes. But with my subscribers and my viewers, I can have conversations, sometimes on a live hangout, and it's nice to, and this will be my retort, something along the lines of, it's nice to have an interaction with someone that doesn't have the IQ of a lobotomized gibbon, and then they'll look at me and go, okay, but I'm not. What I'm saying is I really value my subscribers and my viewers, and I'm not knocking video game channels because I love video games. That was just the first one that popped into my head. It's just that when people say that to you, it makes you like want to retort, retort back. Anyway, I'm really Mr. Tangent today, aren't I? So we're on. Good job, we're on to the last one here. Josh Kellard. Alright, Josh, he says, good video, mate. I have a question. What do you prefer? Historical or fantasy games, and why? I can put that to one side now. That's all the questions. Historical or fantasy games? Well, first off, I love all aspects of gaming. Historical, fantasy, sci-fi, the lot. But if I had to choose, if I had a gun at my head and say you can only do one, I'll say, alright, fantasy over historical. Because it's fantasy or sci-fi, and I know like Warhammer 40k is classed as sci-fi, then you got the fantasy, which is separate, Age of Sigmar and all that, but I kind of view sci-fi as fantasy. It's all fantasy, and I think that's what you mean, fiction or historical. And I prefer the fiction because I find it easier to imagine things about that. I mean, like historical, for example, I find it hard. I just can't. There's something inside me that finds it difficult to be chuffed when my Nazi Germans defeat an English army. I know it's only a game, but there's something inside me that says, I just don't sit quite right. And I find it hard to imagine, oh wow, let's do a what if Hitler won kind of thing. I just, I know you can have fun with stuff like the Hail Caesar and stuff like that, and I like looking at the Roman thing. I just found a couple of channels that do all that. But ultimately I prefer sci-fi and fantasy. It's a whole different world. Where anything can happen, and that's what I like, so yeah. I hope that answers your question, and that's all my questions for this week. Hope I haven't been too tangential. Word of the week. You need to do that in work. Just have a word of the week or word of the day, and then you have to put it into conversation as much as you could, and then we'd score points like it's worked in teams. Another tangent. Tangentical. It's a word I've just made, but I'm going to use it all day now. Yeah, sorry to be so tangential on you. I've gone off on a tangent a lot, and I think I kind of do that when my brain chemistry isn't quite right. So I know that, but I am aware of it. It's like a depressed person feeling depressed but knowing they're depressed. Do you know what I mean? It's a condition. I know it could mean anything for me with MS. It could mean I'm going to fall into a huge bout of fatigue later on today. It could mean I'd be really hyper and I'm manic. It could mean I kind of go into just a semi-stupor, just sit and stare. I don't know. I don't know what it will bring, or it could just dissipate and I'll be back to normal again, because this isn't normal for me. I know this isn't normal. I don't feel like I'm acting normal. I feel like I'm going off on these tangents, being tangential. There, got it in there, got it in there. And maybe it's because I'm down here in the sun and I'm doing my P&Q down here in the sun. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm looking out at the garden thinking that hedge needs trimming there and the grass needs cutting again, and it's not raining, so I really should be doing that. And I'm also thinking about my my mini Warzone studio, which I'm going to be having built at some point, because my Indiegogo's campaign's finished now. I don't know if you're aware of that, so maybe I'll put this in here and then it will save me doing another video about it. The Indiegogo campaign finished the other day. Managed to raise £125, so that's absolutely super awesome. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. My community is so great. It's just brilliant, and that can go towards the deposit on the builder's initial, what they want, you know, to get the materials and things. That's going to be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So my heartfelt thanks to you all. It's just brilliant. So yeah, you won't be seeing those links in the videos anymore because it's finished, and that's great. I learned a huge amount about Indigo. I know you don't kind of see it on this side of the camera, but I learned a huge amount about Indiegogo and campaigns and fundraising and what to do. Definitely what to do, definitely what not to do. But it was a huge learning experience, and that's great. And I really should stop this now because I'm just waffling on. So I'm going to do it, because otherwise it's not P&Q. Thank you so much for your questions. I look forward to seeing more, so I love answering your questions and your comments. And I'll see you on the next video. Remember, all brushes lead to war, which is kind of my catchphrase. Yeah. See you then, guys. Bye.